Hello everyone. Now, in continuation of our previous sessions, let us have in this session a new type of equation which we will be solving, and that is transcendental equations. Now, this word transcendental perhaps may be new to you. Let me introduce you what we mean by transcendental equations. Transcendental equation means an equation which has miscellaneous nature in it, like it could be trigonometric, or it could be algebraic, or it could be exponential or logarithmic. I mean, it could be variety basically. And which two or which three would come together, that also we do not know. So there are no standard methods for solving transcendental equation. One. And two, examination syllabus also actually does not have transcendental equation explicitly written there. But questions have appeared in the past. That means there has to be some hint hidden in the problem, so that whatever information you have, with that help of that, you should be in position to solve the problems. So let me start with first illustration. How many solutions does this equation 2 raised to 2x minus x square plus 2x square minus 3 equal to x raised to 4 have? And then we have four options, usual, and then we have to pick up the correct answer. Now, when you look at this equation, now I know since it is the session of transcendental equations, so without even thinking, you may answer that this is transcendental equation. But I check, is it a transcendental equation? How do we check? See, 2 raised to 2x minus x square is appearing there. 2 raised to something means exponential nature is there. 2x square minus 3, on right hand side x raised to 4, these terms are appearing. So algebraic nature is also there. Means basically it is a transcendental equation. And since it is a transcendental equation, there is no standard method to solve it. But if you rearrange terms as 2 raised to 2x minus x square equal to x raised to 4 minus 2x square plus 3, if you rearrange the terms, then something interesting happens. I realize that right hand side is x raised to 4 minus 2x square plus something, means I can make that perfect square, and it is x square minus 1 whole square plus 2. So this is greater or equal to 2 because you are adding a perfect square to 2. So it would be greater or equal to 2. RHS is greater or equal to 2. Now that tells me, let me check what happens to left hand side. And left hand side is 2 raised to minus x minus 1 whole square plus 1. And that tells me it is less or equal to 2. Now what can be better than this? Right hand side is greater or equal to 2. Left hand side is less or equal to 2. To have a solution, LHS and RHS means left hand side and right hand side, they must be equal to 2. And left hand side tells me that only at x equal to 1, left hand side would be 2. And that satisfies condition for RHS also. So the only option I am left with is x equal to 1. How many solutions does the equation have? Only one. And which value of x? That is also 1. I mean, it is just a coincidence. So my correct answer should be A. Now, some idea you had in transcendental equation that you have to search for that hint in the problem only. Now, let me move to the next one. The sum of all real values of x that satisfy the equation x square minus 5x plus 5 whole raised to x square plus 4x minus 60 equal to 1 is. And again, four options are given and we have to pick up the correct one. See, by default, I say that the correct one we have to choose. Otherwise, it would be written in the question that which of them is false kind of, right? Okay, let us move. Now, again, left hand side is something raised to something. And I realize it has, yes, exponential nature in it. X square minus 5x plus 5. That tells me it has algebraic nature also in it. So it is a transcendental equation. So it will have to be dealt carefully. Now I start thinking like this. Something raised to something is 1. When does that happen? If 1 raised to something, that will give me 1. Second option could be minus 1 raised to some even power. Even that may give me 1. And third option could be something raised to 0. That also can be 1. Now we will take one by one. My first case is 1 raised to finite number equal to 1. I start with this. That means I will have to take x square minus 5x plus 5 as 1 and x square plus 4x minus 60 some finite number. Fine. Now x square minus 5x plus 5 equal to 1. When I simplify, I get x square minus 5x plus 4 equal to 0. I further simplify it, x minus 1, x minus 4 equal to 0. So my answer for x square minus 5x plus 5 equal to 1 is x equal to 1 and 4 satisfy. And x equal to 1 and 4 will make x square plus 4x minus 60 a finite number. So there is no ambiguity there. So x equal to 1 and x equal to 4 satisfy the equation. Now let me take second case. And my second case is minus 1 raised to even number is 1. So first I will have to make the base as minus 1. That is x square plus 5x plus 5 equal to minus 1. And whatever value of x I get from here, that should make x square plus 4x minus 60 an even integer. And that value would be picked up. So when I simplify further, x square minus 5x plus 5 equal to minus 1, I get x square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. And this will give me answers as x equal to 2, x equal to 3. Now my question is, do both values of x make x square plus 4x minus 60 an even integer? We do not know. We will have to check. I call that x square plus 4x minus 60 as say px. Now I go for p2 and p3. I find p2 is minus 48, which is even integer. p3 is minus 39, which is not an even integer. Means 3 will not be taken. It would be discarded. And x equal to 2 only of our choice. So x equal to 2 is a root. X equal to 3 is not a root. Take third case. And third case is what? Something raised to 0 would be 1. But when I say something, that base is always non-zero quantity. X square minus 5x plus 5 is any non-zero real number. And we want now power to be 0. Means x square plus 4x minus 60 should be 0. I solve that x square plus 4x minus 60 equal to 0 part. And I get x plus 10, x minus 6 equal to 0. That would lead to x equal to minus 10 and x equal to 6. Now the question is, which of them should be picked up? We realize that x equal to 6 and minus 10 will give us x square minus 5x plus 5, a non-zero real number, and hence both satisfy. So in all, which all values of x we have found? X equal to 1 and 4 from the previous case, first case. Then we found x equal to 2 from the second case. And third case gives me x equal to 6 and x equal to minus 10. These are the 5 values of x which we have found. And we wanted sum of the roots. So sum of the roots is nothing but 3. Now these two questions are good enough to get some feel of transcendental equation and how to find hint hidden in the problem. When I come next time, I will come with some miscellaneous problems. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.